Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Krishna, Hare Rama, Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Shri Nrisimha, Jaya Nrisimha, Jaya Jaya Nrisimha De, Prahladesha Jaya Padma Mukha Padma Bringa. Mukha Padma. Oh, Shri Nrisimha, Jaya Nrisimha, Jaya Jaya Nrisimha De, Prahladesha Jaya Padma Mukha Padma Bringa. Bolo bolo! Shri Nrisimha, Jaya Nrisimha, Jaya Jaya Nrisimha De, Prahladesha Jaya Padma Mukha Padma Bringa. Hop ho! Shri Nrisimha, Jaya Nrisimha, Jaya Jaya Nrisimha De, Prahladesha Jaya Padma Mukha Padma Bringa. Bolo bolo! Hop ho! Jaya Nrisimha De, Nrisimha De, Nrisimha De, Jaya Nrisimha De, Nrisimha De, Nrisimha De. Haribol, Nrisimhadev, 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 Jaya Jaya Nrisimhadev. Nrisimhadev, Jaya Bhakta Prahlad, Bhakta Prahlad, Bhakta Prahlad, Jaya Bhakta Prahlad. Oh, Jaya Bhakta Prahlad, Bhakta Prahlad, Bhakta Prahlad, Jaya Bhakta Prahlad. Jaya Gaura Nitai, Gaura Nitai, Gaura Nitai, Jaya Gaura Nitai. Gaura Nitai, Jaya Gaura Nitai, Gaura Nitai, Gaura Nitai, Gaura Nitai. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hop ho! Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hop ho! Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Bolo bolo bolo. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Rama Rama, Rama Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, bolo bolo, Hare Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Ram Ram, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Rama Hare Hare Bolo Bolo Hare Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Ram Rama Hare Hare Ram Rama Jaya Prabhupada Prabhupada Srila Prabhupada Prabhupada Jaya Srila 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 Prabhupada Oh Gurudev Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare Letztes Mal zusammen. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama. Letztes Mal. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Shri Harinam Sankirtan Yagya Ki Jai, Shri Gaura Purnima Maha Mahotsava Ki Jai, Srila Prabhupada Patita Pavana Jagat Guru Ki Jai.
We have a mridanga player. Haben wir eine mridanga player?
Oder Gaura?
We have Mridanga player here. Wollen wir warten oder anfangen? Warten wir nicht, alles klar, dann. Aber wir brauchen. Okay. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, bolo Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, bolo Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare. Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Louder, Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Everybody. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna. Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Rama Hare Bolo Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare. Everybody please loud. Hare. Hare Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, everybody, please. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna. Nrsimhadev, Jaya Nrsimhadev, Jaya Nrsimhadev, Jaya Nrsimhadev, Jaya! Jaya Nrsimhadev, Jaya Nrsimhadev, Jaya Nrsimhadev, Jaya Nrsimhadev, Jaya Nrsimhadev. Jaya Prahlad Maharaj, Jaya Prahlad Maharaj, Jaya Prahlad Maharaj, Jaya Prahlad Maharaj, Jaya Prahlad. Prabhupada, 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 Jaya Jaya Prabhupada, Jaya Jaya Prabhupada. Jaya Jaya Prabhupada, 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 Jaya Jaya Prabhupada, Jaya Jaya Prabhupada. Jaya Jaya Gurudev, 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 Jaya Jaya Gurudev, Jaya Jaya Gurudev, Jaya 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 Nrsimhadev, Jaya Nrsimhadev, Jaya Nrsimhadev, Jaya Nrsimhadev, Jaya. Srila Prabhupada ki.
Hare Krishna, so welcome everybody for Deutsch oder Englisch oder Russisch? Здравствуйте! Hare Krishna.
Sanskrit.
Yeah. No, mein Russisch ist ein bisschen eingerostet. Ikrajte orchestra I wyjście znamiona. Szagaj weseleje, szagaj atriat. Okay, Hare Krishna, zu Deutsch oder Englisch? Deutsch, okay. Herzlich willkommen zu unserer Abhishek für Shri Shri Gonitai Ki Jai. So, wir haben wunderbare Gonitai-Dedis hier, die eigentlich hier jeden Tag verehrt werden. Und wir wollten schon immer neues Zuhause für die finden, aber sie wollen nicht. Sie wollen hier bleiben und sie wollen weiter verehrt werden. Und deswegen haben wir die wunderbare Gelegenheit, diese wunderschönen Dedis heute zu baden. Die werden nur an Gaura Purnima gebaden, an Nityananda Trayodasi. Wer hier war? Wer war hier? Nityananda Trayodasi? Nicht so viele. Okay, da wurden die privaten Dedis gebaden, Gornitai, aber heute werden die Tempeldedis gebaden. Und das ist eine sehr glücksverheißende Angelegenheit, weil wir können alle Zeuge werden von diesem Darshan, von diesen, wenn Dedis mit glücksverheißenden Flüssigkeiten übergossen werden, dann ist das wie, dass unsere Sicht gereinigt wird. Und so viele Dinge, die wir gesehen haben in unserem ganzen Leben, aber wenn wir diesen Trishti, diesen Darshan haben, dann werden unsere Augen gereinigt. Our eyesight get cleansed when we see the Lord bathed with transcendental nectarian nectar. Und ja, es ist eigentlich unser heiligster Tag im ganzen Jahr und es ist eine große Freude, dass wir in einer Gemeinschaft haben, wo wir so viele Devotees empfangen können, so viele Vaishnavas und dass ihr alle hierher gekommen seid und bitte zusammen mit uns einfach, dass wir Lord Gauranga verehren mit dem heiligen Namen und dass wir drüber meditieren, dass wir die jetzt nicht direkt baden können, wir sind, oder die Pujaris sind der verlängerte Arm, wir sind nur Werkzeuge wie ein Hammer, der Nagel in die Hand pochen will, aber ihr seid diejenigen, die den Nagel in die Wand pochen wollen. So, wir sind nur die Werkzeuge und eure Aufgabe ist es, Lord Gauranga, der sich in eurem Herz befindet, mit den heiligen Namen zu baden. So, darüber könnt ihr meditieren in der Zwischenzeit und bitte verbindet euch tief mit dem Bhajan und ruft einfach Gauranga! Gauranga!
Okay. We will sing Bhajan Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Doyo Kore More. Jaya Gaura Nitai, Jaya Gaura Nitai, Gaura Nitai, Jaya Gaura Nitai. Jaya Gaura Nitai, Gaura Nitai, Gaura Nitai, Jaya Gaura Caitanya Jaya Guru Svarup Sanatana Rupa Raghunatha Hatha Yoga Sri Deva Prabhu Lokana Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu time together, bolo. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Louder, please, bolo. Bolo. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Rama Hare Hare Shri Shri Nitai Navadvipa Chandra ki Jai. He needs to go. No, it's okay. It's right time.
Where are you going? Where are you going? No. Carry on. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Rama Rama Hare 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 Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Jaya Gaura Hari, Jaya Gaura Hari, Gaura Hari, Jaya Gaura Hari. Jaya Gaura Hari, Jaya Gaura Hari, Gaura Hari, Jaya Gaura Hari. Jai Sacinandana, Jaya Sacinandana, Jai Sacinandana, Gaura Hari. Jai Sacinandana, Jai Sacinandana, Jai Sacinandana, Gaura Hari. Nitai Gauranga, Nitai Gauranga, Nitai Gauranga, Gaura Hari. Nitai Gauranga, Nitai Gauranga, Nitai Gauranga, Gaura Hari. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Gaura Hare Jaya, Gaura Hare, Gaura Hare Jaya, Gaura Hare. Nitai Gauranga, Nitai Gauranga, Nitai Gauranga, Gaura Hare. Nitai Gauranga, Nitai Gauranga, Nitai Gauranga, Gaura Hare. Jaya Nityananda Ram, Nityananda Ram, Jaya Nityananda Ram. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram,
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram
Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare.
Let's see whose voice is more. Is it Prabhuji's or Mataji's? Say Gauranga!
Gauranga,
Gauranga!
Gauranga,
Nityananda! Nityananda!
Nityananda!
Gauranga!
Gauranga, Gauranga, Nityananda, Gauranga, Nityananda, 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 Gauranga, 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 Gauranga. Gauranga, 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 Gauranga,
Gauranga! 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 Gauranga!
Jaya Sacinandana Gaura Hare.
Shri Gaur Purnima Mahotsava ki Jai. Hare Krishna. So now we'll continue with the lecture by Sacinandana Prabhu. So we'll ask him to sit here. Then we have at 6:30, we'll have again double darshan, Gaura Artik with Shishi Gornitai and Sandhya Artik with Shishi Pralalakshmani Singhadev. And then there's open and Kirtan, and I think moon set or moon rise is around 7:20, something like that. Huh? How much? So who offers something else?
I would say the moon will set and nobody sings anymore.
Yeah. After the Sandhya Arti, there will be plenty of Chaitanya Mahaprasad. Hare Krishna. 6 and 24. Just before the Gaur Artik. So there's not enough time to take prasadam before Gaur Artik. So we'll take after Gaur Artik. Hare Krishna. Gaur Purnima Mahotsava ki Jai. You have the big one? It's not there? Okay, kannst du einen kleinen geben? I'll get bring it. Should I go? So please rearrange a little bit, so because the lecture is going to be here. So I'll ask the boys to come forward here, and we can move a little bit the instruments to the side. Thank you very much. You want to sing some cartels?
Yeah. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. We give you 1 more minute if somebody wants to leave the temple room. Now is the good time. Otherwise, you are stuck, and then it's considered disturbance. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Please, the lecture will start now, so please move forward. If you want to leave, you can, but let's combine the energy.
Now, whoever wants to leave the temple room, leave it now, or stay here forever. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Jaya Jaya Shri Chaitanya, Jaya Nityananda. Jaya Jaya Shri Chaitanya, Jaya Nityananda. Jaya Dvaita Chandra, Jaya Gaura Bhakta Vrinda. Jaya Dvaita Chandra, Jaya Gaura Bhakta Vrinda. Jaya Jaya Shri Chaitanya, Jaya Nityananda. Jaya Jaya Shri Chaitanya, Jaya Nityananda. Jaya Dvaita Chandra, Jaya Gaura Bhakta Vrinda. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna. So now everything is peaceful, everybody got together. So if anybody remembers what we were talking today in 4 hours discussion about Lord Chaitanya. We talked about so many wonderful things in the last 5 days about Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, his philosophy, his incarnations, his devotion, the Hare Krishna mantra we spoke. Today we spoke about preaching, Krishna consciousness, how Lord Chaitanya preached. And for the last, you can say, part of this whole week of wonderful meditation on Lord Chaitanya, we'll speak about Lord Chaitanya's initiation. The Lord Chaitanya also got initiated, believe it or not. Although he's the Supreme Lord himself. And the significance of this initiation is the Lord Chaitanya lived in Navadvip, and he was not displaying any devotional sentiment whatsoever, zero. He was just known as Nimai Pandit. He was just speaking logic, nyaya. Yes, and he was very much argumentative and many times against the devotees. He would, especially his favorite harassment was he was harassed Gadadhar Pandit. Because Gadadhar Pandit was known as a very meek and humble devotee. And Lord Chaitanya would come to him and he would see him walking on the street and he would change the lane and he would go to Gadadhar. He said, Gadadhar, tell me, what have you read today? So Gadadhar would say what he read and Lord Chaitanya would defeat him. And Gadadhar said, man, and every time they meet, he would defeat Gadadhar Pandit. So it says sometimes when Lord Chaitanya was going towards Gadadhar, Gadadhar would run on the other side. He would not tolerate, So he was not known as a devotee. But then this thing occurred, his initiation, that he displayed suddenly full emotion. There's a book called The Golden Volcano of Divine Love. This is written by His Holiness Sridhar Swami Maharaj. He's a god brother of Srila Prabhupada. And better title you could not choose to describe Lord Chaitanya in one sentence or one power words. Golden volcano of divine love. The Lord Chaitanya was not only full of divine love, but he was actually volcano bursting out. And this is here the beginning, how Nimai Pandit changed from, Sanskrit scholar or whatever, scholar of logic, dry logician, as Prabhupada many times say, to become an amazing devotee. So, before I say, actually I should have said this in the very beginning when I came, Monday or Tuesday when I came, that, and we also saw that there is, Vrindavan Das Thakur in Chaitanya Bhagavata writes, there is no beginning or end to the topics of Lord Chaitanya. And we see today we spoke almost 4 hours, and still there's so many notes left, we could have said so many things. And there is no end, or there is no beginning even, of the glories of Lord Chaitanya. Yet, Vrindavan Das Thakur said, somehow or other I try to glorify him. So, this is also a lesson for all of us, that this movement of the International Society for Krishna Consciousness, because comes directly from Lord Chaitanya's lotus feet, is unlimited. So we are just somehow or other trying to participate in this movement. We are speaking just to read Bhagavad Gita, to understand Bhagavad Gita, to actually realize Bhagavad Gita is an amazing task. And there's no end, there's no depth, and there's no end to depth of the glories or knowledge of the Bhagavad Gita. And what to speak of Srimad Bhagavatam, and what to speak of Chaitanya Charitamrita. So we have we don't want to spend few years studying only, but we want to spend, as they say here, to the end of our lives and then even further, to try to dive into the nectarian ocean of the pastimes and knowledge of Sri Krishna and his various, expansions, and particularly Sri Krishna Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. So, further on, Vrindavan Das Thakur speaks that although I'll try to glorify Krishna, it is like a bird flying in the sky. With the sky, there is no end to the sky. Yet bird is somehow flying very high. But some birds are flying higher, some birds are flying lower. The ducks, they don't fly so high. Ducks, the geese, they're flying higher. But ducks, they're like just here. Or whatever. What's the name? The turkeys. The turkeys, they fly very... Peacocks also. They just go to the branch and they just fly down. But there's some birds who fly very, very high. So they said, back to Vrindavan Das Thakur, in a similar way, there is no end to the glories of Lord Chaitanya. So a person can glorify him only as far as he or she is empowered. Meaning, as far as our realization is, we can speak about Krishna, about Lord Chaitanya. So sometimes we hear somebody is very ecstatic, speaks about, when Prabhupada speaks about Krishna, we have a feeling that he sees Krishna while speaking. There was this famous instance when Srila Prabhupada was traveling with Tamal Krishna Goswami. Anybody knows actually Anybody knows Tamal Krishna Goswami? One person. Tamal Krishna Goswami was a huge disciple, you can say, very, very important disciple of Srila Prabhupada. He did amazing service of spreading Krishna consciousness. And he was, like you can say, first Prabhupada's strong man. He did many things executing Prabhupada's will. So once he was traveling with Prabhupada, and this was described, I think, in the book Servant of the Servant, I'm not sure, that he was carrying the deities, as a secretary, he was carrying the deities of Srila Prabhupada. Prabhupada was traveling in Radha Krishna deities at that time. So as soon as they arrive in a place, Tamal Krishna Maharaj unpacks the deities, put them, either on the table or whatever, they make a little situation there. And then once he was doing this, and while he was setting the deities, arranging everything, Prabhupada said to Tamal Krishna, "Look at how Radha and Krishna are dancing very nicely." And Tamal Krishna Maharaj said, "Prabhupada, you see it, but I don't see it." So meaning, we see the same deities, same Nrsimhadev, but maybe perhaps some devotees see more of a Nrsimhadev, some devotees see less. But we all try to glorify Krishna in the best way we can. So we cannot glorify Krishna, we cannot understand Krishna more than we are. This is also, I think, very important for the members of the International Society of Krishna Consciousness. Then we never pretend to be something we are not. Because to be something that I'm not is called Maya, that which is not. So we're just standing firm on the grounds, serve Krishna in the best of our ability, and then whatever realization we have, again, who is speaking today? We should keep the realization for us. With you? Two inner worlds? No, inner world of the devotee and external world. Anyways, somebody asked, I forgot. It was a long lecture today. Okay, so we're going now to the pastimes of Lord Chaitanya in Navadvip. He was Nimai Pandit, and at that time, the number of atheists increased in Navadvip very much. And they said it became even difficult to mention devotional service, bhakti. If somebody says bhakti, they were like, what? Very similar situations we have here now. It says, but the devotees are very distressed because they saw the people are very much engaged only in sensual pleasures. And the Lord, although Nimai Pandit was at that time pretending, you can say, that he was a Nimai Pandit, he would see the devotees' distress and he would feel pain in his heart. But he was still pretending, no, it's not the time, it's not the time. Sometimes Krishna appears in his own time. He has his own timings or proper reasons. For example, Srila Prabhupada he came to America when he was almost 70 years old. Why did he wait so long? He tried to come, and we know very great struggle of Srila Prabhupada before he came to America. He even once got an invitation from Trinidad. So Prabhupada thought, that's it. Through Trinidad, I will start preaching. And they will pay his ticket. And they would arrange everything for Prabhupada. And Prabhupada says, okay, I'm coming. But they said, we have only one request, Swamiji. That all your conclusions, whatever you speak, has to be in line with Shankaracharya impersonalist philosophy. Prabhupada says, well, no thanks. I'm a personalist. So Prabhupada could not come to the West at that time. Second time, he got an opportunity to go to Japan because in Japan they organized a book fair and they needed a spiritualism from India. So Prabhupada sent a request, he applied and he got approved. So Prabhupada wrote a book called The Light of the Bhagavata we have in the West. I don't know, in Germany it's called? There's no in Germany translation, isn't it? Light of the Bhagavata. But gibt's das Licht des Bhagavatam? Übersetzt auf Deutsch. Okay. So, Light of the Bhagavata, and Prabhupada described the autumn in Vrindavan. It's a little bit poetic and very nicely described with philosophy. So he sent this book and they said, yeah, very nice. Please come to Japan to this book fair. We will host you. We organize different speech arrangements for you. You can present your book, sell books and a book and everything. So Prabhupada said, wonderful, I'm coming. But the problem was the Prabhupada was at that time living in Radha Damodar, sannyasi, he had no money. So he wrote to the organizers, can you please, I don't have money for the ticket to Japan. Can you please, give me some money in advance and I will give you the money back from the book sales. And they said, no, Japanese rules are the rules, So he could not go to Japan. Only later on he came to America. So meaning that Krishna appears in his own time when he knows or when he sees the times is ripe. So in the same way, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, although he saw unhappiness of his devotees, he did not do anything. But in his heart, this was a very painful situation for him. And more so, these atheists, they start blaspheming Vaishnavas. Vaishnavas are like this, Vaishnavas like this. We know even from Bhaktivinoda Thakur that in his time, late 1900, early 20th century, that many people were criticizing Vaishnavas. These are uneducated, people. These are criticizing, blaspheming Vaishnavas. So Lord Chaitanya could not. He said Lord Chaitanya desired to manifest himself, but he thought first he should visit Gaya. Gaya is a place of pilgrimage in India, where a person goes to offer pinda, or to the oblations to their forefathers. I have not been, but I know one devotee, friend of mine, Mayapur. He goes quite often. And he did pinda there many, many times to his forefathers. So he went there to place of Gaya, to the place of pilgrimage. But he did not go alone. He went with his many students. So of course, before Lord took permission from Mother Shachi, and then he went to the pilgrimage. That's on the way, the Lord and his students, they conversed, they joked. They were young, 16 years old. And they discussed various religious topics. Then they arrived there. Then what happened on the way, when they arrived, the Lord manifested fever. Lord Chaitanya had a fever. So it is described that this is actually a pastime, because how can Lord have a fever? This is not possible. Because his body is made of Sacinandana, eternity, bliss, and knowledge. So this is just a introduction Lord Chaitanya wanted to, show. The devotee said, what can we do to help you to reduce this fever? And he said, you can reduce the fever only if I drink the water which is washed the feet of the Vaishnavas. Of the Brahmanas. He wanted to make a point how important actually is the Brahminical society. Not only that we have in India now, even nowadays, there's these various castes, various. But the point is not to be a member of the caste. The point is actually to do what your caste is supposed to do. So Brahmana, Brahmana, iti Brahmanam. This is said in the Shastras. The Brahmana should know Brahman, meaning that they should have no other business except engaging in spiritual pursuit. This is the purpose of a Brahmana. And other ashram, other varnas have, kshatriyas have different role, vaishyas have different role, shudras have different role. But all of them, of course, as I said a few days earlier, should be involved in the Daivi Varnashram, that everybody should be actually geared towards attaining spiritual perfection, whatever the ashram, whatever the varna you may be. But Brahmanas are considered the head of the society, should be the head of the society, meaning they know the spiritual knowledge. So Lord Chaitanya wanted to take the water which was washed the feet of the Brahmanas. So the devotees immediately found it and they gave him, and Lord Chaitanya drank. There's also a very nice story that once Krishna in Vrindavan 5,000 years ago also became sick, the similar pastime. He had a fever. So they asked, what can we do to alleviate this fever? And Krishna says, I want the dust of the feet of the Vaishnavas, not even water, but the dust. That means you have to collect from the feet and put on my head, and my fever will subdue. And they asked various great devotees, and they said, no way. Imagine Nrsimhadev asked, can you give your lotus feet? You know, and they said, what would you say? No, Nrsimhadev, you're the Supreme Personality of Godhead. You know, how can me, insignificant me, give the dust of my lotus, or my horrible, dirty feet to your head, you know, to your lotus forehead. So nobody wanted to give the dust to Krishna. So Krishna was more and more sick. So then they went to the gopis, the young maidens of Vrindavan. And they asked him, Krishna is very sick, and he asked the dust of the feet of the devotees. And Gopi said, now, here. And they immediately collected so much, and he said, bring it to Krishna, anything else. So this was an amazing thing, because the gopis had no, as we said, they had no false ego, They don't care. They don't care. Because the gopis' mood is, even if I go to hell, if that makes Krishna's happiness, this is the greatest of my happiness. Ashlisya va padaratam pinastamam adarshana marmahatam karotu va yata tata va vivadatu lampato mat prana natastu eva naparaha. Mat prana means you are my prana. What is actually prana? Prana is the life air, So if this prana somehow gets disconnected, we cannot live. So prana, Krishna, the Gopi said, you are our prana. You are not only you're dear to me. No, you are my prana. Without you, I cannot breathe. So Gopi said, even if we go to hell, let us go to hell. So this is the exalted position of the Gopis in Vrindavan. Anyways, come back. So on the way, he had a fever. And then he was cured. And then Lord Chaitanya, or at that time Nimai Pandit, entered Gaya. So when he entered Gaya, what did he do first? Took bath. This is the standard when we go visit the holy place. We take bath. Actually, men shave their heads. In some places in Tirupati, even girls are shaving their heads. But men takes bath and shave their head. Meaning, we want to enter clean in Shivindavan Dham or the holy Dham, And then we should chant or whatever the next. So this is what Lord Chaitanya did. He took bath. And then he offered obeisance and prayers to the holy Dham. So we have so many wonderful prayers when we go to Vrindavan, when we go to Mayapur, Puri, we offer prayers to the holy Dham. Because holy Dham is actually not different from Krishna. Who sneezed? Who just sneezed? So if you sneeze, did you say Krishna? And maybe you were not there during the class. In the 11th, I have to repeat it one more time. In the 11th canto, it is said, the instruction, whenever somebody sneezes, they should say Krishna. This is the instruction of Srimad Bhagavatam. So when you slip, you walk and you slip. Now is slippery a little bit. When you slip, you say, "Oh, Krishna." So then we follow the instructions. Anyway, so Lord took Lord took bath, and he offered obeisances. And then what Lord did, he entered the Chakraveda. Anybody been to Gaya here? No, I have not been either. This is, I guess, part of there. And he said, quickly went to see the lotus feet of Vishnu, Vishnupad. This is actually foot. But you've been? Oh. So there's a footprint. Yeah, I saw the pictures. A big footprint of Krishna. When Krishna was apparently there, he washed his hands and he was standing there and his footprint is there. Vishnupad. So Lord Chaitanya immediately first went to see Vishnupad. Then he saw countless flower garlands were stacked, and sandalwood paste, flower, incense, and cloth has been offered to the Lord, and they were surrounded by countless brahmanas. We know in every holy place in India, the brahmanas, we call them pandas. Usually when we go as white people, they see, oh, come here. They give you some flowers, and then once I was in Mathura, I went to the Vishram Ghat, and there was the panda there, and he said, offer to Yamuna Devi. I said, yeah, I don't have, money. And, no money. You don't need to pay any money. I said, okay, no money. And he said, you don't need to pay any money. You can just give from your heart. $300, $400, anything you like. $300, I said, well, I don't think I have that much money, But Lord Chaitanya, even in Lord Chaitanya's time, But Lord Chaitanya was very pleased to see that all these pandas, the worshipping the Vishnu pad. Meaning sometimes externally may appear to be, materialistic, but actually holy place is never materialistic. It is said that when demigods are looking from the above into the city of Puri, Jagannath Puri, they see all the residents having 4 arms, like Vishnu Dutas. So when you see like some people sell something, making frying something, these are actually all eternal associates of Vishnu, but we don't have this vision, Anyway, so Holy Dham is very special, and therefore when we go to the Holy Dham, we should always be respectful. We should always, be grateful that we are allowed to enter this holy place. Anyway, so then Lord Chaitanya start glorifying the Vishnu pad. He said, this lotus feet of Vishnu, actually this is accepted by Shiva, Lord Shiva on his forehead. And these lotus feet are constantly served by Lakshmi Devi herself. So lotus feet of Vishnu are the Param Dham, the highest destination. And the lotus feet of Vishnu, interesting enough, Krishna put the lotus foot on Bali Maharaj's forehead, because Bali Maharaj, Vamanadev made 2 steps and there was no other step to make, and Bali Maharaj said, here, put it here, the 3rd step on my forehead. This is a supreme benediction. It said, one who meditates on these lotus feet for even a moment never comes under the jurisdiction of Yamaraj. So if in one moment we see the lotus feet, when we are here in Nrsimhadev, we see lotus foot of Nrsimhadev, then we will never come to under the jurisdiction of Yamaraj. Pretty good blessing. They said these lotus feet are rarely attained even by the best of yogis. So many yogis meditate, but it's not easy to achieve the lotus feet, and so on. There's lots of prayer about this. And when Lord Chaitanya was, he heard this recitation, and he became suddenly absorbed in ecstatic love. So this is the point where Lord Chaitanya switched, you can say, the button from the dry scholar to a great devotee. So when he heard these prayers offered by the Brahmanas, glorifying the lotus feet of Lord Vishnu. So then he became overwhelmed, and he started, tears flowed from his eyes, his hair stood on end, and he started shivering. This was the ecstatic symptoms. And they said this is the beginning, and Lord Chaitanya began to manifest ecstatic devotional service for the benefit of the entire world. This is where Lord Chaitanya finally revealed who he is and the purpose why he came to this planet. So when Lord Chaitanya started doing these emotional symptoms, the Brahmanas were shocked to see, because they said they've never seen anybody expressing such emotions. So at that time, while Lord Chaitanya experienced these emotional symptoms by seeing Lord Vishnu's feet, at that time Ishvara Puri arrived. Ishvara Puri is a great devotee of Krishna. He's the disciple of Madhavendra Puri in our line. These are very, very important devotees. So Ishvara Puri arrived at the same place, and he met Lord Chaitanya. They said by the divine arrangement, by the divine will. So we know in Krishna consciousness there's nothing accidental. Everything is ordained by the divine will. How we meet, how we sometimes, whatever Krishna arranges, this is all arranged by Krishna, by the divine arrangement. So when Lord Chaitanya saw Ishvara Puri, he offered obeisances to Ishvara Puri, which is a, duty, when we see a senior devotee, or advanced devotee, or sannyasi, or spiritual master, we offer our obeisances. In ISKCON, we offer obeisances with 2 hands on the floor, and with our forehead on the floor, and we say, Vancha kalpatarubhyascha, kripasindubhyevacha, patitanam pavanebhyo, vaishnavebhyo namo namaha. When we see some other, sadhu, we can just offer like this. This is also just some kind of offering or respect. Srila Prabhupada indeed said that when we go to Vrindavan or a holy place and we see a Mayavadi sannyasi, Mayavadi sannyasi has ekadanda, and they have no tilak, but they have sometimes this red dot, or sometimes nothing. And then we think, these are Mayavadis, Prabhupada says we should actually offer our obeisances to sannyasis, to Mayavadi sannyasis also. So we don't need to bow down, but we can offer like this. Because the injunction of the Shastra is if you see a sannyasi and you don't offer obeisances, it's considered greatly, unfortunate or sinful. And to atone, one should fast for the rest of the day. So if you ever see a sannyasi and forget to offer obeisances, do not eat to the rest of the day. Haribol. So better to offer obeisance, It's worth it. It's good for us anyways, So, Ishvara Puri, when he saw Lord Chaitanya, what did he do? It is not a custom to the senior offer obeisance to the younger, but he actually embraced Lord Chaitanya. He embraced him. This is a etiquette. And many times the etiquette is described in our scriptures, in Mahabharata, or whatever, or Ramayana. How do we treat younger? How do we treat people on equal level? How do we treat the seniors? And everybody in India knows this. I've seen so many times in villages you go, in Vrindavan, in the morning, there's older person comes out of the house and he walks to his, and then the younger people, they see him and they touch his not feet but knees, as a respect. He may not be a great sadhu, but they respect the older person. This is a custom, this is etiquette. In the West, we think, these are old fools, what do they know? I am 16 years old, I know everything, This is the culture that we have. So we have to kind of at least try to change it. Not that also we see a senior, this happened to me many times lately, a younger devotee come, very new devotee, and they say, hey, Jaya, how's it going? Let me embrace you. Which is nice, but this is not the etiquette actually. We should offer respects. And when we also see senior devotees, we should also always offer respect. Anyway, so he embraced him, and Lord Chaitanya said, now my journey to Gaya has become successful the moment I saw your lotus feet. So although he's seen Lord Vishnu's lotus feet, although he knows this is a place of pilgrimage, Balaram, what is my time limit? But when is the Gaura? 6 or 6? 6:30, okay.
But before then we're going to disturb a little bit by tidying up.
So 6:20. Okay, just to I can pace myself. So Lord Chaitanya said, okay, now my the visiting place of pilgrimage has meaning because I've seen your lotus feet. So Srila Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur describes these verses, that this is actually, and Bhaktivinoda Thakur also many times mentions, the purpose of going to the holy place is not only to see the place of pilgrimage, but to actually associate with the pure devotees who are there. This is the actually hidden, real reason why we go to the holy place. And therefore when we go to Vrindavan, we go to Puri, we go to Mayapur, we should seek the association of advanced devotees and hear from them. And then our visiting the place of pilgrimage will be complete. Luckily, in ISKCON we have many temples, we have many seminars as we call it nowadays, so many different engagements we can hear. So we should not only go, make, as I said today, selfie. Here I am, here's Krishna and here's me in front, making selfie. I was there, I was in whatever, Navadvip. But we should actually associate with the advanced devotees. And this is the actual visiting the holy place. Bhaktivinoda Thakur said this is the fruit of visiting the holy place. And this is what Bhaktivinoda Thakur quotation. My dear mind, you always attach to the different places of pilgrimage, such as Ayodhya, Mathura, Haridwar, Kashi, Kanchi, Avanti and Dwarka. You want to travel to these holy places again and again for the sake of obtaining liberation. Because we know such a powerful place, you bathe in Ganga, in Haridwar, and then you can achieve liberation. You bathe in Ganga in Prayag, when the Kumbh Mela, you achieve liberation. Whatever, we see this and that, we achieve liberation. You eat Mahaprasadam, Lord Jagannath in Puri. So all these powerful places, and we get so much benefit just by being there, just by standing there, by eating there. You know. But it said, Bhaktivinoda said, but it is clear that your heart is not becoming fixed by going to these places. Therefore, your wandering is a simply useless labor. Of course, this is a Bhaktivinoda Thakur want to emphasize that the real benefit of visiting any holy place is to achieve the association of pure-hearted devotees. This is the actual benefit. So we should consider this in mind next time we go to these holy places, that this is what we should do. By the way, Prabhupada extended the holy places not only in India, but he extended them throughout the world. So although this is in the middle of Bavaria, this is not different than a holy place, because Sri Nrsimhadev resides here, Prahlad Maharaj. So whenever there is Krishna, Bhagavad Gita says, Yatra Yogeshwara Krishna. Yatra, was it? Dhanurdhara. Munindra Prabhu? 1871, Bhagavad Gita? Yatra Partha Matir. Wherever there's Krishna, and wherever there's Arjuna, there will always be extraordinary power, victory, and all fortune. So wherever there's Krishna, it's all not different from the holy place. So, Bhaktivinoda Thakur said, the real benefit of visiting any holy place is to achieve the association of pure-hearted devotees of the Lord who are living there. And so on and so forth. Then come back to the story. So Lord Chaitanya said, therefore, holy places, Lord Chaitanya speaks to Ishvara Puri, the holy places are not even equal to you. You can purify even the holy places. This is a very famous verse in Srimad Bhagavatam. Tirtha kurvanti tirthani. That actually the lotus feet of the Vaishnavas are more purified than even the holy place. Interestingly enough. You know. So, he said, Lord Chaitanya says, please deliver me from the ocean of material existence, and I surrender myself unto you. So we see here how the atmosphere is boiling. Lord Chaitanya saw the lotus feet, and he became very emotional. And then he met Ishvara Puri, and he told him this, please deliver me from this material existence by giving me initiation. And this is the meaning of the initiation. Meaning of the initiation is to actually get deliverance from this material world, not only to get a name. I want to have a name, you know, but I want to actually be free from material world, material existence, and therefore I get initiation. And therefore initiation is a very sacred thing, you know, the whole process. Anyway, we'll see now how Lord Chaitanya took initiation. Okay, and how important is to actually surrender to a guru. But Lord Himself, God Himself, surrendered to a guru, Ishvara Puri in this case. And Rupa Goswami had this very nice verse, Guru pada ashrayas tasmat Krishna dikshadi shikshanam vishrambena guru seva sadhu vartmanu vartanam. So that those living entities who desire their eternal ultimate benefit and freedom from material bondage should first take shelter of a bona fide spiritual master. This is the number one instruction. You know, we have a book called Nectar Devotion, Bhakti Rasamrita Sindhu, written by Srila Rupa Goswami. And in this book, there's a section describe what is actually devotional service, because we speak about bhakti. In the West also we have many, now even non-devotees organizing Bhakti Festival. In Germany is a Bhakti Fest. But actually, what is actual bhakti? Rupa Goswami explains what is bhakti. He gives 64 different items. If you do these 64, you're doing bhakti. And the number one is Guru Pada Ashraya. Actually, surrendering to the Lord. Pada means feet, and Ashraya means surrendering to the lotus feet of the Guru. This is number one aspect of bhakti, of devotional service. So Lord Chaitanya, he also wanted to surrender to the lotus feet of Krishna. And Ishvara Puri said, hold on a minute. He said, you are actually, without a doubt, you are the expansion of the Supreme Lord. So it's kind of a little bit, how can I give initiation to the expansion of the Supreme Lord? So he said, today, last night, before I came to Gaya, I had a very auspicious dream, Ishvara Puri said. And now I have obtained the fruit of this dream. And interestingly enough, Lord Chaitanya saw Ishvara Puri because Ishvara Puri comes from the village of Kumarahatta. I don't know, anybody from Bengal here? No. Village of Kumarahatta is not so far away from Navadvip. And Lord Chaitanya even visited sometimes Kumarahatta, and Ishvara Puri came to Kumarahatta. And Ishvara Puri said, since every time I saw you first time, I cannot get you out of my mind. And so every time I think of Krishna and I think of you, I see no difference, or I feel no difference. So Ishvara Puri, as a great devotee, he already understood that Lord Chaitanya is Krishna himself. So we were speaking today also, or yesterday, how do we know, that this is not our mind? How do we know that this is Krishna is inspiring us in our hearts? And the answer was, as I said today, as long as you ask this question, you're inspired by Maya. Because the pure devotee, he has no doubts at all that this is Krishna. Because they have a realization of Krishna. So in the heart of Ishvara Puri, in the night, he had the realization that Nimai Pandit is actually no different from the Supreme Personality of Godhead, Krishna. Then Lord Chaitanya said, okay, Hare Krishna, see you later, we have to do something. So they split, they went to different ways. And Lord Chaitanya went to offer Shraddha to his ancestors. It is actually said that this is very important because our ancestor when we offer Shraddha, they actually get lots of benefits. But it said if somebody performs pure devotional service, bhakti, that this Shraddha is automatically made. It is said in various numbers, we know different numbers, but when some devotee goes back to Godhead, becomes pure devotee, many ancestors are getting liberation. Some say 7 generations, some say 21 generations, some say even 100 generations of all your ancestors. So, by being devotee of the Lord, we also not only purify ourselves, but we purify and get liberated all these other people. So if you had a love for your grandmother, then you should become a devotee. Because your grandmother will become benefited. All of your relatives will become benefited. So Lord Chaitanya offered this Shraddha to his forefathers. And then Lord Chaitanya went to his place where he was staying, and Lord Chaitanya began to cook. I thought it was very interesting. Lord Chaitanya himself, God himself, is cooking. So in the Hare Krishna movement, we all became cooks. Isn't it? Everybody knows how to cook. I had no idea. Before I joined, I couldn't make anything. I barely know how to cut bread because mother made everything. Everybody from India, my mother is very lenient towards me. And I just sit there, she puts eating, I eat, and I just leave. She washes dishes, everything. I just, isn't it India a little bit like this? Huh? More than that. Mommy is make everything. Mama is making cooking. And what would you like to eat? I like some, whatever roti I like. I like roti, shak, okay, shak, shahi paneer. I make shahi paneer. Whatever. Oh. Mother, said mothers, Indian mothers, they are very, very kind, but they also have a stick in their hands. I've heard. My mother didn't have any sticks whatsoever. Whatever I did, she just let it go. I would even, I didn't even, of course, I didn't wash laundry via the machines, but I just take whatever is dirty, I just throw it on the ground in my room. I don't even put it in the basket. I'm so lazy, Teenagers, horrible. And mother comes when I'm not there. She comes and clean up the room and take the laundry and washes the laundry. And then it's all packed nicely, ironed, And I just where is my shirt, So terrible, terrible. So Lord Chaitanya actually knew how to cook. Of course, when I joined the Hare Krishna movement, they said, oh, Bhakta, whatever, you have to cook now. What is cooking, this is so easy. Actually, interesting story, just quick. I was a relatively new devotee, few months in the movement. I was in Vrindavan, and then we had the one in our ashram. We had the one Bengali devotee, amazing cook. Bengalis, they're very nice cooking. And then someone had to go quickly to Bengal. There's some family thing. And then at that day, there was two sannyasis supposed to visit our ashram. And there was no other cook. And they said, you should cook. I said, how do I cook? I don't know anything. And they said, ask this Bengali cook before you leave the recipes. Ask Bengali for recipes. So I went to him and I said, can you please give me a recipe? And he said, yeah, just put this much. This much, He said, this much jeera. I said, what is it this much? I'm from Europe, it has to be 1.5 spoon or 1.4 spoon, He said, this much, just put this much, little chili, little salt, all good, So I did put this much, I did not know. But I learned to cook like this, I was forced to learn to cook. And now after 30 years, when I look how much tons of prasadam I've cooked, is unbelievable. Even professional cooks, I think, don't cook so much. There was a time when we preached in America, the so-called Rainbow Gathering, we cooked for like 10,000 people. Imagine, you just see these big boats, in your this pedal, making this kitri, halava, all these wonderful things. So we all became cooks in the Hare Krishna movement. Prabhupada says our religion is kitchen religion. Kitchen is very important part, in the Hare Krishna movement. So Lord Chaitanya was cooking lunch for himself, and Ishvara Puri came to his house. And Lord Chaitanya, what did he do? He immediately offered Ishvara Puri this what he has cooked. This is a very, again, good etiquette that we offer to guests, we offer to seniors, whatever we have, even if we cut ourselves short. And Ishvara said, no, this is you cook for yourself. Maybe we can split. Ishvara Puri, practical, just like Prabhupada, practical. Let's split. And he says, no, you eat, and I can cook later on for myself. It's very nice, So this happened after Ishvara Puri ate, and it said, one who hears about the Lord taking his meal with Ishvara Puri will achieve the wealth of love of Krishna. So all of you here, all of us, we have heard this story, we will achieve love of Krishna. Hari Hari Bo. Amazing, amazing. And then what happened after eating? Lord with his own hands smeared the sandalwood paste on the body of Ishvara Puri. Because sandalwood paste is very important in India because it's very hot all the time. So if you put sandalwood paste here on the temples, it cools actually your whole body. So therefore we have this, we know in temples when it's really hot in India, 45 degrees, 48 degrees, if they put sandalwood paste, it's like, Hare Krishna, cooling, very cooling, sandalwood. So Lord Chaitanya would actually, he was so attached, he became so attached to his guru that he would even visit the village of Ishvara Puri, Kumarahata, and he would offer basins, and he would take a little dirt, and he would keep it in his cloth, and he would eat every day. Because this is the place when my guru walked, his lotus feet stepped here. So therefore we have Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur started this. He installed the lotus feet of Lord Chaitanya wherever Lord Chaitanya walked in India. And we have in many places. Now we have in Calcutta, we have pilgrim places where Prabhupada lived. House of Prabhupada. And this is all acquired by ISKCON. And this is the very holy place. We have in Navadvip, in Godrum, the house of Bhaktivinoda Thakur. So these are all very holy places. There's a house I just visited recently in Radhakund. This is a house by Bhaktivinoda Thakur. He built the house in Radhakund. And there's a bed where Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati slept. And they had a toilet, Western toilet. Bhaktisiddhanta, very innovative. Western toilet, not squatting, but sitting. Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati, preaching. And there's a stick of Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati and the wooden shoes, padukas, and spectacles. So every time you go, the pujari comes and hit you in the head with a stick, bing, 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 and put the lotus shoes on your head, so we get the mercy. So these are very important items with the, because belong to a pure devotee. So one day, Lord went privately to Ishvara Puri and in his sweet words requested him for initiation. I'm telling how I got initiation. It wasn't sweet words and it wasn't my request. But Lord asked for me because I was undecisive. So we all, with the sweet words, we ask, can I get initiated, or would it be okay if I get initiation from you? And it's up to Guru. Guru may say, no, I'm not, giving initiation or whatever. It's not like we are entitled, It's actually a mercy of Guru to give us initiation. So he asked for initiation, and Ishvara Puri replied, not only I will give you mantra, I will give you my whole life. To you, I'll give anything. So mantra is nothing that I can give, because it's all your mantras anyways, So he got initiation in a 10-syllable mantra. We have a Hare Krishna mantra. Lord Chaitanya got 10-syllable mantra. Those who chant Gayatri, the Brahma initiated, they know that mantra. This is the mantra number 5 or something like this. So Lord Chaitanya received initiation, circumambulated Ishvara Puri, and he said, now I fully surrender myself unto you. So this is actually the proper mood for people who take initiation. Not just, okay, I have initiation, the Guru did it, you did your job, now I have a name, I can walk around with great pride. No, we actually have to surrender to the Guru. Guru Pada Ashraya, the lotus feet of the Guru. Surrender. And what does the surrender mean? It means following the instruction of a spiritual master. And the first instruction we received is when we sit there at this initiation, the Guru sits on the Vyasasan and before he gives us the beads, when he was chanting, he says, what is your promise that the rest of your life you'll follow? And usually the devotee says, I will follow the 4 regulatory principles and I will chant 16 rounds for the rest of my life. This is such a huge promise, such an amazing sacrifice. As when Bhishma took the vow of brahmacharya, the demigods were saying, oh, terrible, terrible. It's a terrible vows to become brahmachari, celibate to the rest of your life. Terrible. But we do even more terrible. We promise to chant 16 rounds every day. This is absolutely terrible. This is like beating our mind with a sledgehammer, every morning. Oh, you want to be... And you're like, oh no, again. And then we finally finish the day in great ecstatic times. We eat a piece of pizza late at night. We think, wonderful day. And then the alarm clock. And then we have to go out there, take shower. We're already thinking, oh, I know what's going to happen. Fighting with my mind. 2 hours. 2 hours, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna. No, don't think of pancakes. Krishna, Krishna, Hare. No parathas. Krishna, Krishna. No, this beautiful girl. No, you don't. Hare Krishna. No, every morning. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, 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 Hare Hare. Hare Ram, 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 Hare Hare. No thoughts. Wonderful. Let me do another one. Hare Krishna, 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 Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram. Another one. And then you're enthusiastic more and more to be more enthusiastic to chant your rounds better. So this is what we promise, these terrible vows, 4 principles and 16 rounds. But this is the actually key or door to success into spiritual life. What do you have? 6 o'clock. So, Lord Chaitanya, after he circumambulated, he says, please glance mercifully on me, so I may float in the ocean of love of Krishna. This is such a nice, actually, heartfelt prayer. Please glance on me so that I can achieve I can dive into the ocean of love for Krishna. It's very nice, So Ishvara Puri, when he heard this, he embraced Lord Chaitanya. And of course, we know Lord Chaitanya. He said, when he embraced him, the bodies of both became soaked with their tears. And they became immediately absorbed in ecstatic love for Krishna. And saying, this way, while bestowing mercy on Ishvara Puri, Gaura Hari remained in Gaya for a few days. So, so this is the initiation of Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. This was how he first time saw the Vishnupad and his, ocean, the dam. You know dam? This is where you block the river. Sometimes, they block the river. So this dam was open and all this water gushed. And this is the beginning when he just opened these gates. He got initiated by Ishvara Puri and he saw the Vishnupad. And he just let freely the emotions of love of Krishna fly. So then he spent some time in Gaya. And then Lord Chaitanya said, you friends of mine, because he came friends, you go back to Navadvip. I have nothing to do with this material world anymore. I'm going to Vrindavan and just be absorbed in Krishna. I'm done. So this is the many times, everybody in the West who ever joined the Hare Krishna movement, we did more or less the same. We tell I'm just joining, I never come back, We tell to our parents, I'm going now. This is all Maya, you all Maya. I'm joining the Hare Krishna movement. And then sometimes everybody say, hold on, don't be so passionate, Because we did this initial enthusiasm. We also call it technically Bhakta Bliss. Bhakta Bliss, devotees are like, Haribol, this is Bhakti or Bhaktin Bliss, isn't it? You see some very new devotee, very fired up, and they say, this is Bhaktin Bliss. Okay, I understand. So Lord Chaitanya had also Bhakta Bliss in his own, of course, divine way. He said, you go, I'm going to Vrindavan, straight to Vrindavan. And then all these friends says, oh, come on, we just go back. And said, no. So they thought he was not serious. So next day, Lord Chaitanya woke up very early. And unknown by anybody, he started walking towards Vrindavan. And then he was walking very happily, determined, I'm going to Vrindavan. And what happened? The divine voice from the sky said, dear Lord, don't go to Vrindavan. It's not the time yet. And we see even in Srimad Bhagavatam many times this divine voice comes and he said, oh Kamsa, the 8th child of Devaki will kill you. And Kamsa was like, oh my God, what's going on? So these divine voices are sometimes there, add to the drama of Krishna consciousness. So this was a divine voice telling to Lord Chaitanya, just go back. This is not the time. You have so much things to do first before you actually go to Vrindavan. You will go to Vrindavan, don't worry. So then Lord Chaitanya said, okay, he accepted somehow, I don't know why, but he accepted this voice from the sky and he returned. And they went back to Gaya. But before that, Lord Chaitanya started becoming more and more emotional. It was very difficult. He would say something like, oh my dear Krishna, oh Hari, my life and soul, where did you go after stealing my heart? He would start speaking sentences like this and the students could not understand. What's going on here? He said, I saw my Lord, but now he is gone. Then the Lord would start crying and recite various verses. There's a Gada Gadi Yayena Kandena Uchashvare Basilena Nija Bhakti Viraha Sagare. This verse, Viraha, actually Bhakti Viraha Sagar. Sagar is the ocean. Sometimes when I was in India, they showed in books, Krishna book, I said this is Prem Sagar, the ocean of love. And people say, oh, Prem Sagar, I take. It sounds nice, Prem Sagar. So this is Bhakti Viraha. Viraha means separation. Vipralamba Bhava. Lord Chaitanya started drowning in the ocean of this Viraha. Viraha, Bhakti Viraha Sagar. The students tried to pacify him, but it was very difficult. We see also sometimes, one of our favorite pastimes also, was Lord Nityananda was going to Puri with his disciples, his followers. And they would be so ecstatic, chanting Hare Krishna. And sometimes they would be so ecstatic that they would miss the road. And they would go, because they're so ecstatic, they don't even look, So they start walking back, or they go to somewhere, and they're like, after a couple of days, oh, this is not word Puri. Let's go back. So they would go, it took them, 10 times longer than ordinary people, because they would be so ecstatic, they would just forget where are they going, what are they doing, things like this. So Lord Chaitanya was also like this. And then they were slowly going back to Navadvip. Let's see what we have. Hare Krishna. Was it darshan or just quick darshan? Okay. It said after the Lord Gaurachandra arrived to Navadvip, his loving sentiments begin to increase day by day. Every day is more and more increasing. And then now blessing for all the devotees who have heard this, and for all those online who will hear it. One who hears about the Lord's visit to Gaya will see Lord Gaurachandra in his heart. Haribo! So we heard it. So if Lord doesn't appear, we will say, excuse me, you promised there. What's going on? I want to, you promise. This is a devotee attitude. Actually, there's a poem by Bhaktivinoda Thakur. He explains the steps of devotional service. And the next step is abhaya, fearlessness. And it's a devotee is so fearless that devotee thinks, I don't care about my safety, or I don't care about my, anything, because Krishna said, you said, you will protect the devotee. Yoga kshema vahamiham. In Bhagavad Gita, anasaktasya vishayam, yatarham payunja. No, this is not the verse. What is the verse? Ananyas chintayantamam ye jana paripasate. Tesham nitya biyuktanam yoga kshema vahamiham. You promise. Bhaktivinoda Thakur said, I don't care anymore about myself. This is now Hare Krishna. No disturbance at all. The destruction, this is not destruction at all. So Bhaktivinoda Thakur says, it is your duty now to maintain me. Sorry, I have nothing to do with this. If anything happens to me, it's your fault. I thought this is very nice, loving relationship between the Lord and the Master. And this is Lord Chaitanya said here, promises, or Vrindavan Das Thakur promises, even better. He's a pure devotee of the Lord. He said, whoever hears the Lord's visit to Gaya will see Lord Gaurachandra in his heart. So we pray to Lord Chaitanya that he manifests in our heart because we have heard this wonderful pastime. So what happened after? We have exactly time, another 10-15 minutes. When Lord Chaitanya arrived to Navadvip, they said, it is as if the life air has returned to the body. Sometimes we are, whatever, people who are unconscious, so life air is returning to the body, we are becoming alive again. So all the residents of Navadvip are so happy to see Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. They said even the Muslims were happy to see Lord Chaitanya because, they were just attached to him. They did not know philosophy or whatever. They just liked Lord Chaitanya. As said earlier, the Lord Chaitanya is one of the very excellent qualities of Lord Chaitanya is his personal beauty. The two, you can say, incarnations of Krishna, they're particularly known for their beauty. One is Lord Chaitanya, another one is, anybody can guess? Krishna. Incarnation, huh? Yeah? Vamanadev. Cuteness personified, as we said, very cute. Little boy, very, very beautiful. And everybody, when he entered the arena, everybody was like, could not get their eyes, just looking at beautiful little boy, Brahmana. We have this, kids here running around today, the sons of Ramananda offer the flame and all. It's very cute, some small boy shaved and he's like very serious, giving you, So imagine the Lord assuming such a form. Extremely, extremely beautiful. So Lord Chaitanya arrived, everybody was like, wow, they immediately ran out of the houses to receive the Lord. The entire city was filled with the news. Interestingly enough, even without internet, we knew everything. There was I saw an article, one person was writing, this is a message to all these, newly born generations. Before internet, we could also travel, believe it or not. Even without Google Maps, we could actually travel. Even without WhatsApp messages, we could actually meet. Isn't it? We just walk out and we meet our friends. Somehow or other, we met our friends. Somehow or other, we knew what's going on in very great details. there's this also joke picture. They said, modern information in all this media. And he said, the old style or vintage information, the two grandmothers are sitting on the window looking. They know everything, you know. Everything was everything was going on. Who is with whom? Who is without? Who said what? You know. I remember when I was very young with my grandmother. We go every Saturday or Sunday. We go Sunday to church. She goes to the church. And I was very small, and church was not far away, maybe 20 minutes, but usually took us 1.5 hours to get there, because she meets one friend. And they said, did you hear this? Oh, really? Did you hear this? Did you hear? And then she spreads, you know. And somehow or other, the social networking was very, very precise, you know. They knew everything, what's going on. So immediately in Navadvip, everybody knew Lord Chaitanya's return. So everybody came out, you know. So Lord Chaitanya, he said, spoke befittingly with everyone, and they all became very, very happy by seeing the Lord. So they all greeted the Lord and they accompanied. He went home to see Mother Sachi. Of course, Mother Sachi was the most happy. Mother is always the most happy to see her son back. There are some devotees, Indian devotees, who are 35 years old, and they talk to their mothers every day for 1 hour on Zoom. And I said, I mean, it's a little bit, you know, you're a little older. He said, what can I do? You know, I have to talk to my mother. I don't know you. Yes, also? So there are many devotees, you know. Every day you have to speak to your mother. Your mother has to speak to you, you know. So when Mother Sachi saw Nimai, she was extremely jubilant and happy, and people blessed him and so on and so forth. So then what happened? Lord Chaitanya said, he gathered his friends around. He said, oh friends, please hear the wonders of Krishna I've seen. We know also when Lord traveled back in a place called Kana and Atishala, Lord actually saw, he had a darshan of Krishna. So he said, please hear the news. I've actually seen Krishna. I have the darshan of Krishna. And he said, as soon, you know, he spoke then first how he saw the lotus feet of the Vishnupad and how he got initiated, all these things. And then the more Lord spoke about Krishna, he says the tears began incessantly flowing from his eyes. So from this moment, you know, when as soon as he entered Navadvip, he was not anymore Nimai as they knew. He would just cry, you know, in anguish, where is Krishna? He said the flower garden, you know, he had a garden, Mother Sachi had a garden, was inundated with tears of love. Lord Chaitanya would cry all over, you know, in the garden, thinking about Lord Krishna. And then everybody was astonished. He said, we have never seen Nimai in this mood. What's going on? People, they did not know what's going on. So what's going on? People start, you know, speculating. What happened to him, you know? He said, he must have, the Vaishnava said, he must have received the mercy of Krishna somewhere on the way. Perhaps he has seen something wonderful in the way. And some other devotees was thinking, maybe he has received the special mercy of Madhavendra of Ishvara Puri, you know. So devotees start like thinking this way, you know. Like this is again, to me, interesting that although Lord Chaitanya, we speak about Lord Chaitanya is God himself, but he lived in the real society with real people. And real people like to talk about other people. We call it gossip, you know. Oh, did you hear about this devotee? He did this. Really? He did this, or she did this. Really? I tell you the details, you know, okay. But don't tell anybody. This is one thing. Don't tell anybody, and then in 2 days everybody knows, you know. When I came to, I don't want to say which temple here, I said, one devotee said, oh, did you hear, you're coming from such and such place. I've heard that this devotee is doing, I said, I'm living there. I actually did not hear it. But the news traveled fast in the ISKCON world. So it is the same also there. They were thinking, oh, did he do this? Or did Lord Chaitanya do this? So Lord Chaitanya said, my dear friends, let's meet today, and then I will tell you all what I've seen on my traveling. So all the Vaishnavas are very excited because finally Nimai has become a Vaishnava. An ecstatic love for Krishna was constantly visible in his body, and he became most renounced in his dealings. And this is an interesting point here, 17. Anyways, this is in the Srimad Bhagavatam, there's this interesting verse in the 11th canto. They say, Bhakti parishanubhava viraktir anyatra chaisha trika eka kala prapadya manasya yatha shnataha syus tushti pushti kshud apayo angugasam. And meaning, the devotion, direct experience of the Supreme Lord, and detachment from everything else, these three occur simultaneously in the body of a one who has surrendered to Krishna. So devotion, bhakti parishanubhava. When we practice and we become very advanced devotee, then the darshan of the Lord is there also, simultaneously. So bhakti, we perform devotion. Direct experience means darshan. We have a sakshat darshan. We actually see the Lord, which is, very nice, ecstatic thing to see the Lord. And also at the same time, detachments from the material things. So if somebody thinks I'm very advanced devotee, he or she should see, am I, devotional? What is my devotion like? Number 2, have I seen Lord? Did I have a darshan of the Lord? And number 3, how detached I am. Because sometimes we think, we are in our cocoon a little bit, and we think, I'm doing quite well, And something happened to us and we explode, We realize, I'm not so advanced as I thought I was. I thought I was, but not really. But this, when we actually become pure devotees, all these three manifest simultaneously. So we don't need to endeavor specially. So Lord says here, this is also heartbreaking. The Lord cried out, where is Krishna? Where is Krishna? While crying incessantly. Imagine, Lord would just sit there and crying and asking, where is Krishna? Where is Krishna? Such a heartbreaking moment. So Sriman Pandit, he saw Lord Chaitanya's new mood, Nimai Pandit's new mood, and he was very delightful, very happy that Lord has become a devotee. And this is another interesting, very also humorous point. Next morning, in India they have these trees with flowers on them. They have these white flowers you can pluck. They have these yellow flowers, I don't know the names, and you know the names. The little flowers to offer to the deities, to do puja. I saw this when I was last year in Radhakund. The Bengali Vaishnavas, in the morning, all the men gathers with the baskets and they collect the flowers, And this is exactly in the Chaitanya Charitamrita. I was thinking, wow, this is Chaitanya Charitamrita live, all these devotees, Srivas Thakur, all these amazing devotees, in the morning, they went to collect flowers for the puja in the basket. And, as we call it, japa walk, japa talk, when we call it devotee, let's go for japa walk. Usually end up to be a japa talk, isn't it? We hold bead bag and we make maybe 3 beads. And we spend like 2 hours talking very important topics, very, very deep topics, So this is exactly what happened to these devotees. They're plucking flowers for the deities and they talk, who did what, who did who, and what's going on. And then Sriman Pandit said, did you hear the news? Gossip. And he said, what's the latest? What's the latest gossip? So Nimai Pandit has become a great devotee, and he narrated this story. They were all like astonished. Wow, this is an amazing thing. And then, which is interesting enough, devotees have offered their different wishes. One devotee said, finally we can fight the atheists in this city. If Nimai Pandit became a devotee, that would be very nice. So sometimes devotee we think, if we have a one rich person become a devotee, he can finance whatever, everything. Or if someone is a great scholar, he can do this. Devotees thinking that way. I just want to mention that these devotees are also people. They were pure devotees, but they also had minds like our minds. It's not like we are something, extraordinary, whatever. Same, people are people. Of course, they're only pure devotees. There's some difference. What else happened is 22. The time is running. So somebody says, this is very wonderful, and one devotee said, I've seen him also, and I consider him, he's not an ordinary human being. I think he's the Supreme Personality of Godhead. So devotees are speculating a little bit like this, as we always like to do. you know, oh, who is more advanced? Or I saw this devotee, this. I remember when I was young devotee, I saw devotee yawning. And I read in Nectar Devotion that one of the, manifestation of pure love for Krishna, yawning. And I said, he's a pure devotee, he was yawning. Maybe, maybe he was, but we yawn, all the time. But we like to think this way and analyze it, whatever. They also did the same. So, I think, anyways, Lord Chaitanya was more and more becoming absorbed in ecstasy, saying things like, "Oh Krishna, oh my Lord, where have you gone?" And then he would just fall to the ground, just falling on the ground, unconscious. And devotees will always, "Oh my God!" They immediately picked him up. Again, his hair scattered loose. And he said, when Lord Chaitanya would cry, "Where is Krishna?" all the devotees would cry also. When Lord Chaitanya would faint, all the devotees would faint also. And there was one instance here that Lord Chaitanya they didn't start Kirtan yet at that time, mind you. This is for maybe next year, we can speak in Gaura Purnima, the first Kirtans in Shiva Thakur's house. He was just talking about Krishna. And Lord Chaitanya would be so much absorbed in love for Krishna, and he would faint, and then Gadadhar would faint, and another devotee would faint over Gadadhar, and they would all faint over each other. He said there would be like a huge mess on the floor. The devotee will faint, everybody would lay, absorbed in ecstasy of love of Krishna. Anyway, so this is how. Then the Lord says, "O Gadadhar, you are indeed the most fortunate. From your childhood, you are firmly fixed on the lotus feet of Krishna. And I, however, passed my time with the useless endeavor. I wasted so much time. So this is also, we think like this way. Those who are not born in the movement, there's some anybody born here, devotee? You're born. Anybody else? 2. 3. You're born also devotee. Very nice. 3. But those who are not born, we have wasted our lives. I remember the songs. Even now, after 30 years in Krishna consciousness, I sometimes remember the song when I was teenager. Some, rock song. I know the words like immediately. Amazing. It's terrible, isn't it? Horrible. So therefore, better to learn the shlokas when we are young, so that when we are old, the shlokas come back. Oh, I remember this. Ishvara Parama Krishna, Sacinandana Vigraha. Anyway, so this was the beginning of Lord's display of devotion after he took initiation. And the reason is, or you can say the trigger, was seeing the lotus foot of Krishna, the Vishnupad, number 1. And second is that Lord Chaitanya got initiated by Ishvara Puri. So when he came to Navadvip, nobody could recognize him. What's going on here? The Lord Chaitanya became a completely different person. And this is how we should also be. We got initiation, we should become a very different person than we were before initiation. And as the time progresses, we should become more and more absorbed in serving the lotus feet of Krishna. And then one day, before we die, we just say, Hare Krishna, and go back to Godhead. And that's it. Done job. Yam yam vapis maram bhavam tyajantyanta kalevaram. Tam tam navaiti konteya satada bhava. Whatever one thinks at the time of death, that place, that person will achieve at the time of death. So let us all think of Krishna. Let us all meditate on Krishna. Let us all do Krishna Seva. Vaishnava Seva. What is the other one? Bhaktivinoda Thakur said. Namaruchi. Jiva Doya. So Jiva Doya means we should preach Krishna consciousness, try to in our own capacity to spread Krishna consciousness. Yes. And we should absorb the Namaruchi, getting taste to chanting the holy name. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. And all good things come in 3. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Shri Krishna Chaitanya Mahaprabhu ki Jaya. Shri Gaura Purnima Maha Mahotsava ki Jaya. Gauranga, Gauranga. Hare Krishna. So this was.
What if you're late?
Sorry?
What if you're late?
Then we will have to prepare ourselves mentally. We can talk about the latest gossip.
Sacinandana Prabhu.
Jai.